What's up, Dreamedia family? This is Zach. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we are talking about Lutron Ketra, the industry-leading best lighting system. Let's get into it. Welcome back, Dreamedia family. I'd like to introduce Chase Williams, our regional sales manager here in Colorado. Today we're going to be talking about Lutron Ketra's lamp systems, in addition to a rough overview of some of the functionality as well as how cool this system is. I'm not talking about just standard dimmers, standard lighting, your normal soft white, bright light. We're talking about full RGBW independent lighting control on every single fixture, creating lighting scenes, party modes, so many cool, exciting features that you can do with this product. All right, I'm gonna leave it to Chase to give you guys a lowdown. Let's go!
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for bringing me on, Zach. I have been, I love shooting videos. I love what we do. I don't think I've ever bugged Zach so much about a shoot before, outside of this Ketra shoot. I've been messing around for like a month, getting some demos ready for you. So what's going on in the background, guys, is we have 3 of the retrofit Edison. Edison is just that type of screw that every light bulb has that you're probably familiar with, the standard size Edison bulb. All right, guys, so these are your Lutron light bulbs that go into your standard Edison screw and fixture. Edison is just that standard size. If you got something like really tiny for a specific light fixture, it may not work, but any typical light bulb that you buy goes into a fixture, these will go into. What we've got on my right is a 2 bulb lamp rocking our A20. This is your most common like omnidirectional flood type of light bulb that you're used to seeing. This top part is where all the computer housing in and the LED diodes are in this front section here. And then over on my left in this really designer lamp that I told Zach, hey, you better have that thing ready for me to shoot with. We've got our S30. So what's cool about this is a general flood, right? And this is our guy that's tunable, depending on the model of S you go with, from 10 to 90 degree beam dispersion. 10 degrees, guys. No one's doing 10 degrees on a light bulb anywhere else.
It's a pretty narrow beam.
That guy's recessed into here. And what I love about using a high-powered spot lamp like this, it's narrow band, about 30% or 45, I forget the exact. It's shooting right into this metal plate, reflecting back and blowing up this backsplash. Better than an A20 would do in that situation. So talk to your designer, your light fixtures matter. These are the 2 bulbs, most common retrofit bulbs. We'll be showing them off today. So Ketra, right now behind me, we've got what I did, a little saturated show ditty. So each bulb is changing at different times, slowly through a saturated color spectrum that I programmed. Kind of like if you go to a live music venue and they're running the light board, they're doing DMX old style with the sliders and color wheels. We're doing that. It's just hard programmed into the processor, and all I do is hit the show button. We've got about 60 scenes to play with today. We're definitely not gonna get through them all. You can see Zach's light's doing like a lime green saturated right now. It's even reflecting on my face. But what makes Ketra different? Because I know what you're saying. Well, at Home Depot, there's $15 LED strips. At Walmart, they have the Roku LED bulbs that change color. Guys.
Not the same.
We're in a whole different world here.
Serious limitations.
So, I'm gonna talk about some of the LED innovation that goes into this really cool stuff behind me. So we've got our wireless dimming. These guys are wirelessly dimming. This isn't a Lutron fixture. It's not like the old days where this is plugged into a Lutron lamp dimmer. It's just the bulb. This is a normal lamp, always on. The bulb is turning on and off, always on hot power. Wireless dimming down to 0.1%. And I harp on this, and I'll continue to harp on this. If you're lucky enough to have a regular Lutron dimmer and really see what 1% dimming is on a computer, that is 10% actual light to our eyes. So when you're going with an off-brand dimmer, that's maybe, and Zach can speak to this in his own home, they start cutting around between 30 and 15% sometimes, which is over 50% realized light to your eyes. So what Lutron has done is we've got these LEDs down to 0.1% on the scientific side, the computer side, right? That translates to true 1% for your eyes. They're the only brand doing true 1% for your eyes. What else? We have natural warm dimming built in. It's called the natural dim cycle. So I can set these bulbs up to go ahead and start a little brighter. Maybe Zach wants 3000 Kelvin at the brightest for some reason. Well, when he turns the light up to 100%, it'll be at 3000 Kelvin. As he fades down to 0.1%, it'll be all the way at 1400 Kelvin for candlelight. So you brighten up the room as you dim. Then we've got our natural curve, which is the coolest thing on the planet. That is where the lights automatically are going to track the light outside naturally that the sun is putting off based on your coordinates. It's not going to track weather because it gets a little hairy. What are you doing? Do you really want the lights to be gray inside the house when it's cloudy outside? No. What time of day it is matches us Kelvin automatically. There are a bunch of different curves. So let's just say my home, I have 4 natural light curves. Why would I do that? I've got Lutron stock one because I wanted to live with it because it's the one in the demo kit. Then I've got a cool day. What that's going to do is bring out more blues and less reds, more visibility, more energy in the space throughout the day. Just running, that's happening naturally once I tell the house what daylight command to be in. When I turn on and off the lights, it's auto adjusting throughout the day automatically. If I turn them on and leave them on, they're going to slowly adjust throughout the day as well. Then I've got a warm day, which is, it's my lazy Sunday. I'm kicking it home. It's a rainy day. We're going to pull out the blues. So now my natural daylight command is going to peak around that 3000 Kelvin that Zach was talking about, never get into the white spectrum. And then I've got the true daylight curve, which is my favorite, which starts at 1% candlelight in the morning, all the way to 100% daylight, and then it's like 35% when it's at moonlight, back down to 1% candlelight. So that's pretty cool. Something else they pride themselves on is the dynamic spectrum. You don't really need to know much about this. You need to come visit me and experience, because that's our vibrancy, guys. When I'm talking about it's the same color and we're getting completely different varying results on artwork, on paint, on tile, on your face. We'll dive into that. We did a breakdown just on vibrancy with a lot of this cool stuff and how the artwork changes based on the light around it. That's what that is about. And then our high def palette. Zach dove into this a little bit, but I just want to be clear here. We're going to separate out our Kelvin from our RGB entirely and pretend like they're 2 different worlds. If you just run these as a Kelvin cycle, you get 1400, which is true candlelight, carrying a candle through a cave, to 4000 daylight, to 10,000 Kelvin moonlight, and back down. We've talked about that. Then you leave that. Once you leave the infinite color wheel from fire to moonlight back down, then you have 16.7 million addressable colors, guys. It is infinite. There's literally a color wheel you can draw across, change your vibrancy. I can pull out my phone, take pictures of a color of something maybe I saw in public that I liked. When I get back home, my house will be that color. All right, guys, let's dive a little bit further into the dynamic spectrum, just a little bit. So that's our advanced color controls. Again, that's going to include all of our natural light, our natural dimming, the warm dimming I talked about. However you want to set up your home, you can do it. It also includes the vibrancy, which is that salt and pepper magic sauce that you can only experience by looking at it. My face is rosy because of this light now. Then we've got our unrivaled high def palette. That's precision across expansive ranges. When I say these colors are precise, guys, you wait till we start taking pictures of stuff and changing these lights to those as part of our process. So here's where I think Ketra really gets cut aside, because I even see Lowe's fixtures saying we have 16 million LEDs. I'm sure you do. True beam technology, which is innovative optics to achieve color uniformity and narrow beams. So that is how we have these bulbs go from 90 to 10%, right? As far as the scope they do. But what's really cool, and you won't experience this in this video today because of true beam technology, but if you just start buying LEDs, you will experience this. Let's say we have 2 LED fixtures, and they're these track light bulbs like this that are very pointed, right? And we've got them pointed at the same artwork. And let's say we pick green and pink. When they hit, you guys are gonna see breakup nodes of the colors in between those LEDs where the iodes are splitting and clashing. Through true beam technology, you don't really need to know how it works. It just means that we can do whatever we want with the LEDs. We're never going to get disbanding of that RGB spectrum and rainbows, and it's going to stay nice and locked in. The final thing, these bulbs are expensive. Why are they expensive? It's our color lock technology that Ketra offers, guys. This is proprietary. If someone else is doing this, please correct me in the comments. I do not believe it exists. This is essentially your foolproof way to keep your lights the same all the time. Now, if you have any standard light bulb in your house, how many of them are all the same ages? Right? How many of them, do once a year, once 2 years, you go through and change every light bulb to the exact brand, the exact color, the exact Kelvin, the exact band range, then maybe you can get by color lock, where as a bulb fades, you lose a lot of integrity. That happens naturally over the cycle. These guys are going to be, there's a computer program adjusting these so that they stay consistent, so that your candlelight looks the same in a 5-year-old Ketra bulb, in a yesterday's Ketra bulb, in tomorrow's Ketra bulb. That is kind of hard to grasp if you've never run into it in the field per se. But Zach, I'm sure you've noticed too, as lights age, they start dimming. There's a couple things that happen here. There's 4 main processes that happen that'll cause the color lock to really matter. Let's dive into those 4 real quick. So we have LED process variation. So as the LED is changing over time, as it's aging, the color spectrum is not going to quite line up the same. It might be cooler, it may be a brighter color. Most likely it's going to start fading and get cooler. That's not going to happen. Drive current variation. So that is when an LED is receiving unclean power, or maybe a light fixture isn't providing the cleanest power, and even though the bulbs are the exact same time in their life, the exact same color, they're going to appear different because of the voltage behind. That's taken care of in our color lock. There's temperature variation. If that bulb's been on for 6 hours, the other one's been on for 10 minutes, they're going to be a different color if they're standard light bulbs. That doesn't happen. It doesn't matter if the bulb's been on for a week, or you just turned it on a second ago. The 1400 Kelvin will be 1400 Kelvin. You're not going to have the bulb getting brighter or hot spotting, as we call it in the commercial world, or giving off warmer or brighter tones because the physical unit is running warmer. That will not happen. And the last most common, probably easiest to grasp thing you've seen is degradation over time. Again, that's what I'm talking about, where if you have a 10-year-old bulb, not that you'd have a 10-year-old light bulb, let's just say a 2-year-old bulb next to a 2-day-old bulb, and they're from the same manufacturer, the same setup, the same bulb, they're going to be different colors because of that degradation of the LED over time that is taken care of with color lock from Ketra. All right, guys, so we just broke down LED process variation, current variation, temperature variation, and age variation. How is that calibrated through Ketra? So it's through their proprietary Ketra Calibration 360. 360 times a second. The processor and the devices are checking in to make sure that we have the exact same color, pitch, and hue across any Lutron product, no matter the age, no matter the temperature, no matter the voltage of it, within reason, right? And then the process variation of the way the lights move through the island. We're never getting split rainbows. We're getting purposely maxed colors. You can tell on my face, it's green and red. You're not getting bands of other colors where those meet. You're getting a clean palette mix between them. Just some of that, how that works on the inside. 360 times a second we're checking and making sure that all of this is synced up, high and tight and perfect. So that is why when I say Ketra is not the same as an LED halo fixture or something from Lowe's or Amazon, that's what I mean. We're talking precision, consistency, much like you're used to from Lutron, from the hem bar alignment with their shades and the very quiet motors. We've brought that over to lighting. The same exciting technology, just brought from the Lutron into the Ketra lighting platform that you will come to love. So thanks for joining me for that quick breakdown. Zach and I are going to jump into this and have some fun. We're going to dive into the Lutron app. We're going to dive into taking pictures. We're going to mess with Vibrancy. We're going to screw these light bulbs into different fixtures around Zach's house and kind of dive into it. And again, this is our retrofit solution. They have the same exact capabilities as the Ketra light fixtures that would be like a recessed light or a track light or an LED strip. We are just, for the ease of showing you guys, using these Edison bulbs that we can just screw in anywhere we like. And that's why I like bringing these on demos, because I can come into your house, plug these into real lights in your house and let you play with the kit.
All right, Dreamedia family, that is a wrap. Big thanks to Chase for giving you guys that extensive rundown of Ketra and the ways that we can use it in shades. We're gonna be actually throwing some of these bulbs into my different fixtures. Like I have these sconces over here, I got some pendants over here, we had this really cool lamp that we had over here in the corner that we used. We're gonna be giving you guys a lot of inspiration as to ways that you can utilize these products in a real home. Not to mention, Chase has been knocking down proposals left and right, lining up the cleanest homes all the way from a couple million to $20 million properties. We want to get in on the ground level and ensure that we're doing these projects right from the start, right?
Yeah.
It really is crucially important for us to get in on the ground level and ensure that we cover every intricate detail from the design phase. Let's throw up some Dreamedia Plus program. So Dreamedia Plus is one of our premium divisions that allows us to go above and beyond for you, creating full-blown system designs of every single technology feature in your entire home. I'm not just talking about lighting and shades, audio, video, every single thing, all the way down to water sensors.
Yeah.
Really just ensuring that your home is secure and up to industry-leading standards today, giving you a nice quality experience. So here at Dreamedia, we want to hand curate that from design, the management, the installation, the programming, and the after service, ensuring seamless transition from one phase to the next. That's what it's all about, guys. We want to make your life easy and we want to give you the industry-leading technology. If you like this video, give us a big thumbs up. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below for more. Till next time, this is Zach and Chase of Dreamedia. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.